Welcome back to another episode of The Gateway. We joined the after party in front of a strange arcane door, a little bit less magical than some of the other locks that you guys have dealt with, but very strange and archaic in nature. Hex and Nykin had figured out how to unlock the door with a little bit of clever thinking and a little bit of magic applied. You guys blew the door open. And Nykin went to go peek inside. Upon looking inside, you could see a strange glow coming from the inside of this room. And just with the door barely cracked, you could maybe see a source of some of this glowing light, and you could see what looks like another chest. Also a very, very well-furnished room. Seems like there might be several chests on the other side of this door. What would you guys like to be doing, if anything? If you want to change up the marching order, you guys totally can. You're kind of just in the bottom left part of this dungeon, kind of sprawled throughout the hallway there.
Is the entrance closed or is it open?
The door is open. You guys definitely got the door open. It had this very strange key and lock on it that Nabizi was holding. Yeah.
Would you guys like me to scout? Sorry.
Yeah, if you want to try and go check it out, man. Yeah, go ahead and do a stealth roll.
Okay. Gonna roll with advantage again.
Yeah. Got your cloak.
21.
Okay. You feel sufficiently hidden.
Okay. I'm gonna go walk inside.
Okay.
If I see anything.
Inside you see several more chests. These don't appear to be your average chest. It is more like a display case. And there are several of them in this room kind of stacked about.
Okay. Okay, so physically I can't see anything. So can I go to the closest one and try to see if I can open one?
So inside this display case, you'd see a very ornate, strange weapon. It's a sword with like a curved blade. Yeah, it's just stuck. You don't even see like a hinge. It's almost like it's glued down.
There's no sign or nothing on it?
No. But there's a
Okay.
you do notice that one of them is smashed.
Okay. So one of them is smashed. Can I actually go inside of it?
It's just like a display case. It's like there's a tower that's kind of set up square, and then on top there's just this glass dome that's been broken, and then like a velvety kind of couch bed where the item was sitting. It just no longer is.
Okay. Could I use Mage Hand to grab it?
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry if I was messing that up. Yeah, it's the broken one is empty. Whatever was in there is taken out.
Okay. Could I break the other one?
Go ahead and try a strength check. Yeah.
Probably break my hand. All right. I got a 10.
Okay. I'm curious how you were trying to break it. Did you like drop an elbow on it? Or you just like headbutt it? I don't.
How big is it?
Probably about 3 feet, about 3 feet wide, and then maybe like 2.5 deep. It's just a rectangle.
Yeah. I was thinking if it was too big, I was gonna pick it up and smash it. But if it's big, I might use like the butt of my dagger maybe and kind of
Okay.
different that way.
Okay. Yeah, you hit it with the end of your dagger, and you expect to just hear this like awesome shatter and all of this glass break, but it doesn't really shatter. You actually notice that there's a strange white like indent in where the pommel of your dagger had hit.
Let me see if I can do something else.
What's everybody else doing out in the hallway?
Is there any body switchback orbs available? I believe that's why we're in this room.
Nykin, you don't see any immediately, but you do notice that there is a large door to the far end of this room.
This one right here?
Yes, there's a whole map that I'm going to move you to, but I'm just waiting for more people to be in there.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like there are several rooms within this room.
Okay.
I'm gonna move to the door and I'm gonna yell at Nykin, "Hey, is it safe?"
Yeah, it's safe. I'm just trying to break into this glass case.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go in.
On hearing it's safe, we will shuffle in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow in as well.
Okay, cool.
And then I'll talk to Iru. I'll be like, hey, Iru, do you think you can break this?
There we go. Wait. Which one?
Wait,
Not the small kobold.
Oh no.
my screen is black.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Mine is too.
Okay, give me a sec. I thought I revealed everything to you guys. Maybe not. All right, hold on.
I see something. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to see it.
I see Nikizi. It's just me and you, Nikizi.
Okay.
I think I'm blind, Nikizi. I'm gonna need you to be my eyes.
His name is Z. Sorry,
What's
Nikki.
his name?
Nabeezy.
That's what I said.
I kept hearing Nakeezy. Man,
I said Nikizi. I'm not gonna lie.
okay. Last game, Hex was making that joke a lot.
Okay.
Nikizi in a treesy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the joke.
Mhm.
So are we supposed to be in this room?
Yes. Okay, you guys all
Okay.
kind of filed in. Let me.
Are these the glass cases?
Yes. Those red
Okay, cool.
are the glass.
I just see myself in Nikizi,
I don't
Be
see
easy.
nothing.
the small kobold.
I see him and then the glass cases. And I think
That's weird.
ball of fire.
Okay. There's something weird going on with D&D Beyond today. Then that's pretty annoying.
Oh, 2 balls of fire. I see. There we go.
What the?
I see a frog.
That's the token I'm using.
A light.
That's my lamp token.
That's
We're gonna have to name him.
Sweet Jesus.
Okay, cool.
That's a lot of frog.
giant frogs just appear on both sides of the room. Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move closer to this frog illuminator. I can kind of see that Rena at the edge of this. Whoa, my goodness! There's an
There
orc.
you go.
There's-
Didn't we fly the frog? I could have sworn we fought the big giant frog in the past. Right, there we go.
Possibly.
Like we had to go through another dimension and it was blocking it, I think.
Yeah, you guys did. That's right.
Right?
I wasn't DMing for
Yeah.
that, so I was like,
Okay.
remember that shit?
Bioluminescent frogs would be probably a very expensive way to light a room.
I can't move my guy. I can't move Nykin. Whenever you get to it.
Okay.
Huh.
I have control of the Nabizi.
I can see everything now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So yeah, there are just several different glass cases in here. Well, display cases. Nykin, your attempt at breaking it earlier makes you think that it might not be glass, that they might have used something much thicker or stronger to protect this.
Is it like solid all the way down? Like, is it like poured enamel over it or something?
Which one are you asking about?
That was more of a
This
general
one.
question.
I guess this one that we're closest to.
Not,
You guys closest?
no, not all of them.
Oh, they're all different. Okay.
Is there a slot for like a key to open
can
the
it-
case?
Could I do an investigation on this one at least? And I'll do it to all of them.
Yeah. Go ahead. Parthenax, do you want to do an investigation as well? So you're asking about keys.
It's okay. I got a 17.
Okay, so Parthenax, what'd you get?
16.
Okay, yeah. You guys looking at these for a couple of minutes, it's kind of just mind-boggling. Like, they have to open somehow. What's the point of putting them in here if they're just going to stay in here? The one that's broken is really curious. It's like it was made or done hastily, kind of like in an emergency. But you guys all think that maybe they opened from some other room. That you might not open them here. It might be like jail cell status, where there's a master control that'll open them.
Well, that door on the back of the wall looks. I'd like to check that door out back there.
Yeah, as you head towards the back of the room, you actually notice that there's right here. There's a very large door with a huge lock on it, and then after not too long, you notice that there is one of them slightly ajar. Seems like the lock has been recently broken off.
All right. I would like to quietly and carefully step through the open door.
Same.
Is it dark back there as well?
No, it's
I can
perfect.
see some of it.
The frog has a nice radius. The frog may need to move.
New frog. So as you guys walk into the back of this room, you can see a very bright, glowing, familiar orange light coming from atop a desk, kind of where these arcane or purplish symbols are on the actual map. But you guys do see a very familiar gem sitting on this desk.
I'll mage hand that and bring it to me.
Okay. Yeah, as it's moving closer to you, you very easily can tell that this is the last soul stone.
All right.
Okay.
And he was gonna.
I'll hand it to Parthenax with my mage hand.
I'm just going to kind of mage hand it to the party that needs it. Hand it over to Irurena.
So you guys are like hot potatoing this magical gem a little bit with some mage hand.
Yeah, it's kind of floating towards me, and I'm
My
like,
bad.
oh no, I've had too much. Thank you. And then,
My bad.
So we are going to very quickly grab it. We're taking it.
Yep.
Grabbing it.
It's floating through the air kind of towards you guys, and both of you reach out almost in a game of keep away, like, wait, no, that's ours. And you guys just about the same time. Actually, for funsies, do a dexterity saving throw. See who actually gets it first.
I'm so sorry, guys.
You got a 9, Rena got an 11.
I got an 11, yeah.
Oh, wow. So, Ibru, in Rena's body, you felt like you had the reach. You were there to be able to get it. And Rena, you were almost surprised when you reached out and just your arms went a little further than anticipated and just snatched it.
I'm not used to these tiny human arms.
Yeah.
Not too long after, though, Ibru and Rena's body, you also put your hands on the orb. And all of you see the same ritual that you had experienced earlier, where there is this arcane glowing orange energy that flows inside the bodies of each of your companions before returning inside the orb and then flashing back into the appropriate bodies. You guys feel better, more normal in your real bodies once again, and the dull orange magic inside the orb just flickers before fades and turns into a regular crystal ball.
Woo!
I was gonna say I like to think that it's like when Donkey turned from a horse back into a donkey and he was sad about it. Just kind of like watching my muscles deflate, like, oh.
You're very happy to be back in your nice shiny armor again, though.
Yep, clean and shiny and not dirty.
He was going to be checking himself out in the reflection in Rena's armor, being like, yup, everything looks good.
After a couple minutes of this happening, you guys notice that Nabizi is just gobsmacked. He's standing there. Wow, Nabizi never seen this much magic before.
Oh, you'll be surprised. You're gonna see lots of new things. Just don't freak out on us, please.
I'm going to minor illusion, like dragon fireworks that come out of my hand. It's like, oh, I've never seen that much magic before. Just sort of.
Master always keeps Nabizi away from the magic. He's afraid Nabizi will learn.
Well, there's an idea.
All right. Everyone is everyone, correct? You are in your correct body. Raise your hand. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, what else are we here to do?
Leave?
Kick the person's ass who's responsible for this inconvenience. And anybody?
Go home.
Loot.
Leave.
Loot.
Loot. Thank you, Nykin. Loot. All right. What looks valuable in here?
How about these glass boxes?
Yep.
So do we see any switchboards or anything that looks like it would control and open them in this room?
In this immediate area, no. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see the whole map. Roll20's lighting has changed, so yeah, you have to get creative with it, apparently.
This is an enormous room.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
Get creative with not seeing. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
going to move
so-
towards the void in the middle of the room. Oh, there we go.
Get creative with not seeing, yeah, basically.
So it looks like someone was trying to do some sort of ritual here in the center. Am I correct in thinking that? Maybe some alchemy? I'm seeing some ingredients here.
There's symbols on the ground too.
Notes, X.
No, or maybe they're just a slob.
Are we seeing all this swirling purple energy in the corner also going down, or is that just supposed to represent the orange glow?
That was, yeah, for the orange glow. It is a little bit dimmer now on that side. Actually, here, let me just take that one out.
Are there any books?
There are a couple of books. Are you looking for anything specific?
Something handwritten.
Okay, go ahead and do an investigation.
Yeah.
Is this Nabizi? This?
That's Iru.
He looks so dim on my screen.
And
You was all squished.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real compressed.
I tried to make you guys just like a little bit smaller on this go around, but
I got a 14.
yeah, you definitely find some handwritten notes. It all becomes actually very familiar once you notice this handwritten note. You guys have all, save for I think Everly, yeah, I think except Everly, all of you have actually seen a room kind of like this before. The decor starts to kind of get familiar. There are very lavish banners kind of strewn across this room. The handwriting is very familiar with a wizard that you all encountered near Old Owl Well.
Oh no. Would you
I
like
wanted to catch a sky.
Stella holds this these
Wait
handwritten
a minute. Are we in my basement?
great distaste. I don't.
Wait a minute.
Are we in your basement?
Are we in my basement or the basement of a facility adjacent to my house?
You go roll in history.
22.
You
Dirty 22.
you feel kind of like maybe that's a possibility because all of the interior decoratorship for the whole rest of this dungeon has been incredibly familiar. And then after reading these notes, or after, I assume, Sella, did you show everybody the notes and let them know?
Yes, I'll let everybody know what I found. And then it's this wizard, this psychopath wizard that we came across last time.
Well, yeah, no, I see his name and I'm like, wait a minute. That dude used to live in the basement. Am I in the basement right now?
Yeah, Parthenex, you are connecting some dots. You definitely remember this wizard. He was a teacher of yours long time ago.
Are we at like the summer house? Like,
You're
or
not.
the winter house?
You're not.
One of the autumn houses?
You've never been here specifically before, but the way that everything is set up and all of the familiarities that there are here, it does kind of seem like it's some of the Parthenax estate. But
So,
it also could be because he was once a teacher of yours, and you guys probably gave him his own manor or whatever, or place to hole up. So you could just be at his house, not on the Parthenax estate.
what I'm hearing here is this is one of my houses. I may not have inhabited this house, but this house is my house. So I am so kind as to offer this to become our house. Let's take whatever we want from our house and move it back to our better house.
The manor that's not a sneaky dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice, I guess. I'm gonna look around for more books, anything that's not handwritten that looks like it might be an actual scholarly pursuit.
You do find a book. Go ahead and do another investigation. Sorry, I have something on my mind now.
As soon as Nykin hears Parthenax saying, like, all this is ours, he's just running to every crevice trying to find something that he can get his hands on.
You do find a book that you think is of scholarly level. However, it is written in Celestial.
Oh, good.
Do you read Celestial?
I do. What does it say in Celestial?
I will get back to you on that.
Okay.
Nykin, what are you looking for? Just like anything not tied down?
Yeah, pretty much anything. He's just excited because he heard free and just trying to find something. Ultimately, weapons, but anything.
So yeah, within the glass cases here, you do notice a couple of weapons. There's a sword, there's a trident, and there's an axe. Other than that, you notice a couple of strange items, some large gems, and a couple of white porcelain, kind of oblong, round-shaped objects.
But I can't get into it, correct?
Not directly from the case, no.
Okay.
As far as anything not tied down, yeah, you totally find like a ruby worth like 25 gold pieces just kind of laid on the floor, like some loose change that kind of rolled away.
Okay.
The book that you found, Sella, in Celestial talks about enchanting magic items. The vernacular and dialect that it actually uses contains words that are so far above your comprehension that you're getting only like every third word. That magic item, enchantment, things like that. But there are ideas being conveyed in Celestial that don't really quite connect into common.
Huh, alrighty. I'll stash it. Oh, actually, I'm gonna give it to Everly because she also speaks Celestial and is a wizard. And she is trained in the arts of the magic. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
I recognize the words, but I just don't, I have no idea what it's getting at. Not my field.
Keep going. I'm gonna.
I heard an I'm gonna.
From me?
I just heard somebody say I'm gonna, and then I
It was probably Sebastian. He's gonna go get a burrito.
that was very interesting, Echo. Ebru, can you do a wisdom check?
You said for Everly?
Ebru.
Oh, Eru, sorry.
Okay.
14.
Okay. Ebru, you're pretty sure that the sword and axe are gonna be cursed. But the trident, the trident you have heard about, you have definitely, that what this item does. It's a trident that has 3 like tentacles on the top instead of just straight forks or spears. There are 3 kind of curly arcane tentacles that come up to the top and kind of curl in different directions.
And that's all I know about it.
That's what it looks like, but you have heard of this before. You know that it's a powerful item. Let me crap. I thought I had it pulled up. I don't.
Okay. I will relay to anybody else looking in these cases that the sword and axe are bad juju. Don't bother. But I want to get that trident.
Okay.
Is there a large lever anywhere that says case release? Or do I need to look for something more subtle?
You feel like it's probably going to be something a little more subtle.
I'm gonna start checking under the edges of the desks and things for buttons.
Okay, go ahead and do an investigation with advantage, Seller.
Okay.
He was also scoping out this small treasure chest down here by what looks like the wardrobe.
15 this time.
Okay. Yeah, Sella, you think that you're onto something, but you're just not finding it. You're just not finding the specific button that you need. And Eru, inside the chest, you find a little vial of ink. Seems strange, but
Yeah, nothing weird about it. It just looks like ink.
yeah, to you.
Okay. All right. Then I'll put it back in the chest. Close it up.
Okay.
I ain't much for writing tools.
I think I'm onto something. Try looking for things on the underneath of the desks, like buttons or levers.
You were checking under the chest for a button.
Go ahead and everybody do an investigation check.
I got an 11. I'm sort of haphazardly running my staff underneath tables and things where it might be. I'm not actually stooping to try underneath.
Okay.
I got a 19.
Ooh, okay. Rena, Ebru?
I got a 6. I hit my head on the side of the desk trying to look for stuff.
Probably.
And you got a 13.
Okay. Yeah, Everly, you were definitely the one to find it. It's kind of like you're going from like underneath the desk up like onto maybe just try something invisible on a wall. You definitely feel like as your hand swoops past. You guys can hear a couple of little come from the other room.
I look at Nabisi curiously because I've never heard anybody make those noises before.
Well, it wasn't Nabuzi. Something happened over there.
I think I found it, guys.
Yuru yeets himself to the other room.
Recklessly yeets? Because that sounds dangerous.
Everybody froze.
It's just running, ain't hurt nobody.
Okay. So Arrow said that the axe and the sword were cursed. Don't want those.
Yeah, don't touch that bad juju.
Okay, no bad juju.
The white, like, orb looking things, do we know what they are, or think we know what they are?
Are they plates?
Make a I almost want to say animal handling, but that doesn't exactly work.
That's somewhat frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah, make an animal handling check, Everly, if you're checking these out.
Okay. It's a 6.
There
Not very good with the animals.
could be something delicious in there.
I might like kind of
These
call Nykin over because I know he's good with his owl. He might be good with other animal type things and have him check them out.
Is it like moving? Why is she doing animal handling? I'm also looking at these, what I thought were plates for a minute. What was the problem here?
I thought they were like crystal balls.
Are they eggs? I'm going to look at these and think, are these eggs?
Hey, Nykin, do you think these are eggs?
You guys think these are probably eggs?
What kind of eggs are these?
Can I check what kind of egg?
Go make an animal handling check.
Yeah. I got 26.
Something big. However, Nykin, you've just never seen an egg like this before.
That's what a 26 gets you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Never seen an egg like this before, man.
It's still an egg.
It is an egg. There's definitely something alive in one of them. The other two seem dead.
Maybe you should like go into some fire naked with them.
I don't really want to.
I'm just kidding. Game of Thrones, y'all.
Hey, can I do something, DM?
Yeah, what are you trying?
So we need to get into the case still, correct?
They're open.
They're open. Yeah.
They're open.
That's what the egg.
So can I mage hand the egg that has something in it and lift it up?
I would say that you probably had to like pick up and inspect them to kind of figure one was already full of something.
So I'm gonna lift it up and then I'm gonna look at Parthenax. I'm gonna say, Parthenax, you give me some light with that flame. And I want to see with the light, see a silhouette of some kind of creature through the egg. Can I do that?
Oh, minor illusion, like some sort of scanning device that creates a light and sweeps back and forth.
Okay.
Do I need? Can we roll for something
Does it
to
look-
see what the silhouette is?
I was gonna say I don't
What's that Pokemon?
really have point. You guys totally can see through it. As far as seeing very many details, it's pretty difficult. It definitely has a head. It definitely has a body and some limbs, but it's all very curled around, just kind of there. You see it just briefly kind of move a little bit as it's.
Whatever it is, it'll probably make a great addition to our petting zoo.
I'm gonna put it in my bag.
No.
Yuru's gonna jump in here and also say that the axe and the sword are bad juju, so odds tell me that there's another case in here that's bad juju, and something tells me it's that one.
So Nykin's gonna point over here. Do you guys see that? That pin?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the egg in my bag right now.
That was good.
Can I identify it?
Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna walk away.
Let's help.
Yeah.
I'm walking over here. I'm gonna go see what that was.
Amazing. That's amazing. I love it.
Nykin, let me touch the egg.
I'm gonna let him have it. I said that in character. All right, I'm gonna let him have it. That was good. I fell for it wholeheartedly. He deserves it.
All right, who's gonna grab the trident?
Nykin,
Okay.
just let me touch it. Let me
Shit,
poke
there it
it
is.
just once. Let me
There
poke
it
I
it.
didn't figure you for a trident man, Iru.
I want to touch it. So that way, because for whatever reason in this world, I have to hold it to finally know what it is, even though I know what it is.
You recognize this from stories, from having heard about this. It's like, wait, that's totally what I think it is, isn't it? Like,
So what do I think it is?
I'm sending it to you. Hold on. I have so many folders I had to look through. There. Okay.
This is
At
not
this moment, I'm gonna go show Stella the egg too, so
what?
she doesn't hit me. I'm gonna show you the egg.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna cast identify and I'm gonna poke it.
This is a. Do you want me to send it to you, or do you want me to tell everyone?
You can send it to me.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Okay.
Iru gets his tentacle trident. I get to know what the egg is. I swear, if it's a fish person, I'm gonna be upset. Oh no.
After Stella casts this identify spell, you just see like a horrifying look kind of wash over her face. Like she was thinking it was going to be something totally different, and it's not. Ow, goddamn cat. Ow. Iru, you got the thing on the trident, right?
Yep. It is a trident of tentacles. It does cool things sometimes, and it wraps people up and stuff when I stab them every now and again.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's like a trident that is also a grappling paladin all wrapped up in one.
Useful.
Can you grapple people from a distance, exclaiming for them to come to your current location?
Like, get over here.
Yeah. Yes.
It just requires that if I roll a d20 and I land exactly on a 19, the enemy has to make a DC save of 13. If they don't, they're grappled every turn until they save.
Oh.
That was impressively terrifying. I'm not sure I want to tell what the egg is. Because some of you will want to destroy it immediately.
Others will probably want to hatch it.
Yep. Like me.
So what is it?
Sell it.
Selling it could be cool too.
Yeah, but who's gonna? I don't know what
I
it
want to
is.
destroy it.
What is it?
I don't want to know what it is. I just want to destroy it. I've wanted to
Exactly.
destroy it.
Exactly. You stand in the corner. Go on.
Selling sounds like an evil choice because who knows whose hands that's gonna end up in? Probably the wrong person every time.
It's a have you guys ever heard of a dinosaur?
No.
No? Okay, so what this thing is a type of giant ancient reptile.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on. I understood none of those words.
Okay. It's a big old lizard.
Oh, okay. Grandpa lizard. I like it.
Very big, old kind of lizard. Not a dragon. They're not magical at all. They're just really big lizards. Some of them
Is
are
it a
like
is it a traverse? I think it's called.
huh?
Do you know the name?
No, I just know that it's a dinosaur. I don't know what kind of dinosaur though.
Hmm.
It didn't give me that much information, unfortunately. I guess because it's just a baby still. It could be something really cool and tall that just eats leaves, or it could be a giant flesh-consuming monstrosity. It's kind of a toss-up.
Okay, hear me out, guys. So if we love it and raise it, we're the mamas. I don't know.
So just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
like we're married to our job. Like, how are we gonna have time for the kids?
Thank you, Iru.
But imagine how cool it would be for Lucky to grow up with a pet dinosaur.
Imagine how cool it would be to not have an abused and neglected, mentally unstable child that comes back to kill us because we were always trying to go get gold and stuff instead of raising
I mean, I could spoil it and get it like a diamond, like collar leash, make
Now,
it look
let me
really
stop you.
fabulous.
Just leave
Now,
it.
let me stop you right there. I want a minor illusion, a pair of glasses, so I look more intelligent. May I remind everyone that these creatures died out in over 2 ages ago.
Yeah,
Something we've definitely learned from liches and other monstrosities is things from the ancient past do not mix with the present today.
Parthenex, make a history check real quick.
That sounds smart to me, no matter how many times you slice it.
actually, I think out of
With
character.
the 23, I remember that there actually are dinosaurs living in a different place of the world, but I'm going to stick to my guns and just kind of roll with the statement.
For
I
where?
take off the glasses for dramatic effect.
You bought it. That's, yup. Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, what if we just send it to a game reserve? No, that's not right. A zoo?
And then
Zoos have
the
rare
thing
animals.
that I just sent you, Damien, was from a history check a little bit ago. Like I said, I was having to find the folders.
Well, I definitely think we can't just leave them because then they'll definitely end up in the wrong hands. They have to
Okay.
decide to do something with them.
We have a large petting zoo at home. I don't know how we're going to afford to feed all of us, let alone all the creatures you want to bring home now. Let's just cook them all. I've been saying this since before we knew they were big lizards. We just destroy them.
Okay,
No.
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 We're not eating them. That's gross, Parthenax.
they're
I didn't say eat.
tier
I
2
can just,
dead. You guys could eat those.
You can have the dead ones.
I don't want to eat them.
Yuri does.
And this is why I want to destroy them.
So
Eating would be destroying.
you know you have to destroy it to eat it, right? How about this?
The point that I'm trying to get after is that Iru really wants a snack.
Everly, will you please give Eero some snacks?
Pretty great.
Okay, hear me out on this one, guys. There's a zoo in Ela Theamenes, where me and Everly come from. It specifies in all kinds of animals, including the really big, scary, exotic kind. They could take care of it and keep it from killing anybody, and that way we also wouldn't have to kill something that is ultimately innocent at this time, because that doesn't sit well with me.
I'm sorry, but Scylla, what I just heard is you want to sell this small unborn child into a life of captivity and slavery in unnatural life. If I know what a zoo, these stories of zoos you elves keep, your zoos.
Like, I'm pretty sure that our zoo in Theamenes actually has dinosaurs already.
It might have a few.
Maybe. Okay. It's been a while.
You know what?
You-
It's been like 6.
This is my house. This is our house.
This is my.
I'm gonna go find somewhere to sit down and probably have a drink.
Okay.
Um,
Nykin, protect that egg with your life.
Nykin's gonna put the egg in the bag, his bag,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
It's kind of big for
I'm
your.
gonna-
Just to put it out there. Just regular backpack.
It's like halfway sticking out.
Yeah.
It's the bag. It's the bag that I got from Parson Max's campaign.
Oh, did you get a bag of holding?
Not a bag of holding. It's just I imagine like a big old giant man purse, basically, like the one that wraps around.
I would still think the egg would be sticking out some. You might have to
Okay.
sell his bag of holding for that.
Unless
Okay.
you have shrinking on it.
You
Yeah.
cool with that, fella?
That'd be a good idea, actually. I'd really shrink it.
Can you shrink it?
Yeah.
Like the
Make it-
little dinosaur, like the little pellets you put in water, and then it blows up and it
Just
becomes a
Oh.
dinosaur.
And then when it's born, it'll be tiny. It'll be a miniature dinosaur. And then we could keep it,
A teacup velociraptor.
but it's tiny.
Actually, that'd be fucking great for home defense. too.
Wow.
It's a teacup dinosaur. They're very
Yeah,
vogue.
a teacup velociraptor.
Raptor, it's like a chihuahua, but
Yeah.
That is a good parallel.
This episode title is now going to be Teacup Velociraptor.
I really do. I would
I
love
like it.
something that is not a small dog, but also a small defending up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Are we doing all 3 of them? Right? There's 3 of them.
2 are dead.
Oh, 2 are dead.
Yeah. Nykin has
Oh.
one that's alive.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me shrink it real quick so it'll fit.
Hex has spent most of this time taking a nap with Ami. They're just kind of guarding the door, chilling near it. Ami's got like his eyes are lit up, but he's pretty much asleep. You can tell that he's kind of awake, but just standing guard, kind of resting by the door. Iru, you taking the trident?
Yep.
Awesome.
What's in the other cases?
Bad shit.
Apart from the bad shit? Or is it all bad shit? Because there's
It's
some
like a
stones
4
and
out of
stuff.
5 situation.
Oh. So we got a trident, we got a squiggle trident, and we got a teacup velociraptor. And that's the extent of the good things.
I mean, you know, the egg was supposed to go one way or the other, so that could be bad or good. That one's really up to you.
Either way, it will be tiny.
I guess so. So did Everly shrink it down? It's like chicken egg size now or something?
Yeah, it's tiny now.
Or is it like an ostrich egg? I
That
guess that's like I guess velociraptor eggs were like ostrich egg size. So yeah, I guess it'd be like a chicken egg.
this is definitely bigger than what you would expect Velociraptor egg.
Or is it like quail egg? Like those little boys.
Yeah, where did you go with it? Is it? I guess that's up to you, really. How far did you shrink it?
Between duck and quail, where is this egg?
I think like a chicken egg size is good.
Okay. Pretty standard, decent size. Okay. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much else in this room, unless there's something else you guys wanted to look for or try and find.
By the way, the chicken eggs going in my bag.
Wrap it up
Okay,
tight and warm so it doesn't die before we get home.
I got it.
You can stick it under nightshade.
This is like in health class when they have you take care of a child with a partner, but it's a chicken egg.
That's pretty funny. Except it's just Nykin and his owl.
I don't know.
The owl can keep it warm.
I think me and Everly are
Exactly.
pretty invested too, though, at this point. At least I.
Nightshade could raise a small dinosaur.
Oh my goodness.
A little big dinosaur. A little dinosaur that's supposed to be big.
Little big dinosaur.
What if the dinosaur is small enough to ride on Nightshade?
That'd be cool.
That'd be
Put a
adorable.
little,
Likely.
put a little saddle on Nightshade.
But
Ride him like that when he's flying.
After a little bit, Nabizi does kind of pipe up. Nabizi holds key to this room. There is another key to Master's control room. Nabizi does not have that key.
Nabizi, my man.
A back
Why not?
might be in this room. Nabizi not know another place for it.
All right, you start looking. I will be right behind you.
Sure. Nabizi does an investigation. He is just looking at stuff that's like knee height for you. He's just like going like on the floor, under cabinets, like anything above his head he can't reach. He's like not even bothering with.
Perfect. I got that.
Okay, go ahead and do an investigation.
I need to get us out of here as quickly as possible before the animals just keep multiplying.
Yeah.
Not sorry.
I got a 15.
Okay. Yeah, around the desk area, you think that you find what you're looking for. You open the drawers and like test the bottom of each drawer to make sure that it's real. And then you pull one out and it just seems incredibly shallow. So sure enough, you break through the bottom of it and there's a little gem under there, kind of pinkish, glowing in nature. You pull it out and BZ goes, that should be it. That's the color of the door.
And what color is this Nabizi?
He's older than you.
Oh, yeah.
Nabizi just squints before Stella pipes up. Okay, so you guys head over to the control room? Or are you trying to look for anything else in here?
I'll take one more good sweep for books. Anything else I can find. Even his notes that look stupid. Because he's stupid.
Do I believe the old man's still here?
Yeah. It definitely seems like he's been in this room recently.
Got a 5. I find nothing.
You find more notes, but they're just all out of order. Nothing really connects.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Can I attempt to find Parthenax's diary?
Wait, what?
This isn't like my actual house.
Okay.
This isn't where I would have lived.
Okay, got you.
A place that his family would have owned a piece of.
Yeah, so like I own this, right? But I haven't inhabited it. It is mine and therefore ours, but I have not been here before. Otherwise, it'd be much cleaner if they knew I was coming. More well lit.
Yeah,
That's funny.
probably less things attacking us too.
Maybe.
Perhaps not the body switching.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
They're gold dragons, very straight shooters. Not down with the. Anyway, Master's control room. Let's go kick some butt. Iru.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Always.
I would just like to state for the record that the image of Eru riding into battle on a T-Rex is actually quite appealing.
Exactly. Normal size though. Not like a chicken egg size.
No, definitely not. But you could not get a Dover mount. That would be super neat.
I like a horse-sized T-Rex. Like a Clydesdale.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yes. Which way to the control room? I whip out my book. Nabisa.
Top right corner, I believe.
Just below that, yeah.
All right. Off we go then.
Go ahead and everybody make a survival check. Just kind of do quick like skill challenge kind of thing as you guys make your way through the dungeon. Trying to remember your way back and all that.
7. It's dark.
Yeah, Parthenax, you haven't had a really good experience getting through this dungeon at all anywhere.
Nykin got 20.
Okay.
Despite the fact I have a map, I got a 3.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Everly's not feeling it at this point either. I got a 2.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, you guys kind of follow Nykin's lead. How did Iru and Rena do on a survival?
You get 8.
I got a 12.
Oh my. Yeah, okay, you guys kind of just follow Nykin's lead as he makes his way through this dungeon, kind of taking the lefts and rights, maybe glances at Stella's map 1 or 2 times. I'll go for Nabizi. Okay, who got a 19? It's like there are 1 or 2 times where Nykin's kind of like not sure. There's like 2 or 3 ways to go, and Nabizi just kind of walks like right by you, and you're like, well, we're going that way. But you guys make your way through the maze-like dungeon, the rather posh basement, as it would be, of the owner of this. What am I doing? I'm gonna switch you guys over again. Of the owner of this establishment, estate, place, whatever. You guys finally make your way to the control room door, which just looks like the rest of the wall. You come up to where a divot would be, but it's just a very plain door. After taking out the pinkish crystal, it glows for a moment around the door, and you can see some arcane sigils and runes appear before the door drops back and slides over and opens up to a rather large kind of dark room.
It is very dark.
I know, I'm going to reveal stuff for you as I describe it. So you guys can see out in front of you just a large platform. Nope, that's not letting me. Hold on. Oh, are you Everly? Oh, I got you guys mixed up. My bad. Okay. So out in front, you guys can see there's a large kind of raised platform. Off to one side is a very strange arcane machine that seems to be drawing energy from something in a tank. Off to the other side, there are very bright shelves that have lots of strange gems that are glowing in succession in different places. And then off to the very back, you guys can see kind of a gyroscope looking device. And then behind that, what seems kind of like a telescope. It appears as though there is somebody or someone off to the right, kind of standing at a desk, just tinkering away, kind of doing some stuff. They're back here. It doesn't appear as though they have noticed you quite yet.
Are we supposed to see anything at this point? My screen's black.
See anything? What the hell? Oh my god.
I told you it was very dark.
I thought I was as I was like talking about it, and apparently it didn't do anything.
We wanted to let you finish.
Thanks. I do appreciate that. Bro. Okay. What the hell you doing to me, Roll20? This doesn't help anything.
After the giant frogs.
Back to a giant fucking frog. Come on, let me put a frog down. Okay, there we go. Ignore the giant frog in the center of the room.
I'm having no issue doing that.
Because you can't see it.
Yep.
All right. Boom.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's just a giant frog in the middle of the damn room.
Apparently bioluminescent frogs are a staple of Parthenak's house decorating.
There's no frog in the room.
Let me dream.
So I'll run through it one more time for you guys. In the middle, there is a kind of a raised platform where there is no giant frog. On the left, there is a strange kind of fish tank looking thing that has some equipment set up to it. Every now and then, there's lightning arcing between this strange contraption. It looks like it's drawing energy from the tank. On the very far side, there's like a gyroscope kind of device, these different metal bands kind of weaving in between each other with a telescope, what looks like a telescope off to the right. And then to the very far right, there are several shelves that look kind of like bookshelves, lined with different crystals of different colors that are kind of lighting up and blinking in different orders and succession. And back to the very far right, you guys think you can see somebody kind of working away at a desk. And there are a couple of suits of armor in here.
And that tank looks like it's obviously having energy drawn from it.
Yes. There's one last thing I just don't have a token for, but there is a very large ornate rug kind of in the entrance. Here, I'll just draw a little shape real quick. Yeah, kind of like that.
I am still looking.
Oh, shit. Huh. Yeah, you are. You guys swapped again. Kidding.
I don't want it to be so bad. She just might have a harder time using her magic.
Can I roll like a history on that carpet? Seems important. Seems very pretty. I don't know.
Hopefully it's not it's a chair moment.
Depends on what you roll, I guess. Yeah, you can absolutely do history. Go ahead.
All right, I rolled a 20.
It's a rug. No, it seems actually with your 20 that it's a very odd placement of a rug. It is nice. It is very ornate. It looks like it was made with a great deal of care, but it just seems like a weird place to put it.
Can Nykin mage hand one of the furnace and lift it up? Kind of fold it over?
Maybe. Hold on.
I want to say something, but I can't.
Yeah, don't.
And not because I know what he's doing, but because I think I encountered one of these in a previous campaign I played. But that's still metagaming. And I hate
Uh,
it.
yeah, you pick it up. From what?
I'm folding it. I'm trying to fold it basically.
Yeah,
See if anything's underneath it.
there is nothing underneath it.
Okay. I'm gonna drop it back down.
Okay. Yeah, you lift up the corners to kind of check underneath and see if there's like a hidden key or anything like that. And no. Oh no. Hoping to make you all afraid of a rug.
It's pretty suspicious, but I'm just gonna avoid it for now. Make sure I don't step on it or anything. Might fly off.
Lean over to Partha. You should set that rug on fire. Just get rid of it. Don't like this.
Put your hand on the other side. So you
This?
yeah, so you're not blocking yourself off from the
Oh.
mic.
Hey, Parthenex, set the rug on fire real quietly, if you can. Just get rid of it.
Okay. I didn't realize you didn't like the interior decorating that much. Good lord. All right.
I am really not a fan of rugs. I just, polished wood floors. That's all you need.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Does that even require attack? I mean,
Yeah.
Can I just
What you doing?
setting it on fire?
With what? Putting a torch to it or breathing fire on it? Putting your hands on it, doing burning hands, or that's
I'm going to use prestidigitation to set the fabric on the rug on fire. Like I said, I'm going to set it on fire. If I can't set it on fire with prestidigitation, that tells me something that it's not a rug because it's not fabric that I can't catch on fire or some other flammable material.
Huh. I think you would be able to. Let me just look at prestidigitation real quick.
Instantly light or snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire. Those are things ready to become flammable. I don't see why a rug wouldn't fit into that category. I can't obviously like set the whole thing on fire at once, but like a corner of it, yeah. Could argue I could set like a shirt or some linens on fire with it as well.
So you do you do manage to kind of spark a corner of this rug, one of the tassels, kind of lights on fire for a second. And you notice that the whole rug like kind of twitches almost to like avoid the fire for a moment. Before, Sella, is that you standing right in front of the rug?
I'm green.
You're-
Everly's blue.
Everly's blue. Well, it twitches for a moment and then springs up and attempts to smother Everly. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay, you are grappled. You can make a DC 13 strength check on your turn to try and make it out, but you are restrained, blinded, at risk of suffocating, and at the start of each turn, you take 10 damage. You take 10 bludgeoning damage from the rug wrapping around you. And as the commotion kind of startles from the of the rug and then wrapping around Everly and collapsing down, the character on the other side of the dungeon turns around. What's going on in here? How did you get in this place? And we'll roll an initiative. And we'll probably just take a quick 5-minute break before that, though. I don't know why I'm moving that.
So is the rug still on fire?
It briefly caught on fire. I find it hard to think that it would light a rug on fire like a full-on flame. Just because it'll say that it'll light a candle.
So it put itself out?
So yeah. It lit and then it jerked away from the fire and went to attack the closest thing.
Okay.
I would prefer that it not be on fire while it's wrapped around me anyway. So that's good. The strength check, was I supposed to do it right now or at the beginning of my?
The beginning of your turn.
So,
And it's not terribly high, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay. What is? Do we have anything high? 15 to 20? Or 20?
I got a 21.
I would like to apologize
That's pretty
formally
good.
because I was hoping I was wrong about the rug.
All right. Who has 10 to 15?
I got 10.
Nykin got 14.
Oh, okay.
Got a 15.
And Igor got a 16.
Okay. So Everly, Sella, Eru, Rena, Nykin, Parthenax. Sounds like that's our order. I'll give you the same description that I gave everybody else. You guys had all gone inside the room that you used that lock on, or the strange key on and everything. Inside there were a bunch of different chests and cases with different items in them. Eru had a very strong feeling that some of them were going to be just trash, and that one of them was going to be a pretty sweet item. Ended up being a tentacle trident. You guys also found a mysterious egg, and Sella found a book written in Celestial that was kind of difficult to chew. I'll let your party describe the egg to you, because that'll be probably more fun coming from them. And then as for this room, you guys have made it into the master's control room. Nabizi helped you guys find the key to this room, the Nikizi, if you will. Upon walking in, on the left, you guys notice that there is a large tank of some kind with a creature in it, and some weird contraption set up to it. Seems like it's drawing power from this creature. There's a raised dais in the middle of the room, and on the other side of that, there's a kind of gyroscopic sort of observation.
Sorry.
And then next to that looks like there's a telescope. To the right of that, there's a workbench with some figure standing at it. And then to the far right of the room, there are shelves that seem like they would hold books, but instead there are different gems inlaid that light up and darken in different patterns.
Okay. Did we sneak in here?
You guys kind of snuck in. There was a mysterious rug. That's what this red rectangle is. And Parthenax tried to set fire.
A mysterious rug.
And then jerked away and smothered Everly. She is currently smothered in this rug, and we've rolled initiative, but you guys don't necessarily need to be in combat. The figure in the back of the room has noticed and has turned to kind of see what is happening. But go ahead and get an initiative just to kind of keep a turn order. The only one who's really in danger or has been attacked is Everly at the moment. This rug kind of just reacted to being caught on fire and just clung to the closest thing near it.
Okay. I got an 11.
Okay, so I believe that puts for Parthenax. Okay. Let me roll real quick. Okay, yeah, wow. So we got Everly, Sella, Eru.
5 times your artificer. I've been doing Ami's health wrong this entire time.
No way.
He's a tanky boy.
Yeah. Because it's like, what, like 3 times your level or something?
5 times. I thought it was 3.
Oh, man.
Cool.
He's got like 50 hit points or something.
Let's see. 2 plus intelligence. 2. 9. Yeah, he has 42 hit points. Good to know.
That is actually pretty. Okay. So, Everly, you have just been cuddled a little fiercely by this rug. Go ahead and make a strength check. And you took 10 damage when it smothered you.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the beginning of your turn, let me double check if it's the beginning of its turn.
It's not mine.
I had to mute you, Ian. Sorry. The traffic was a little heavy. Yeah, it is the beginning of your turn that you take 10 damage.
Okay, so I take 10 more. And I rolled a 16 on that strength check.
Okay, so you do break free from this rug. You do manage to kind of climb out of it and get a lip and be able to push yourself away. What would you like to do?
Mm.
When you
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So you got a 16 on your strength check?
Mm-hmm.
So you do manage to like find the lip in the top of it and pull yourself away and like throw the rug away from you. When you throw it away, it just like slaps down on the floor flat, kind of at a strange angle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just laying there. What would you like?
I probably just kind of like shake it off and be like, ugh, I knew that rug was suspicious. And then it's probably like a little late now, but I feel like I'd probably go ahead and cast my blade song just in case like I'll be on the defense, because I've just been strangled by this carpet. So I would do that, and then I would just kind of move away back toward like with my group to get away from this carpet that just attacked me.
Okay, and you do notice that the figure in the back is kind of standing, looking kind of across the room, just not really doing anything, kind of just inspecting, trying to see what's going on. But he's not doing anything yet. He did call out, "What is going on back here? What is that noise?"
I just respond and be like, just being attacked by your carpet. Like I'm offended. This ugly carpet's attacked me. At first I thought it was really pretty and ornate, but now it's ugly. Yeah, I don't like it anymore. It's over the top. It's cheap looking. It's trying too hard.
It wants you to like it so much it hugs you. Okay. Sella, you are up, unless there's anything else you'd like to do, Everly.
No, that'll be my turn.
Okay. I'm gonna look real embarrassed because I'm the one who told Parthenax to try and set it on fire. I'm so sorry, Everly. I didn't know it was gonna try and kill you. You're right, it is tacky as anything. So gosh. Wizard hasn't really noticed us yet. Or at least hasn't reacted to us yet. Looking at those glowing shells with all the rocks on them, do I recognize anything about that? Does it look familiar in any way?
The shelves off to the right.
Yes, with the glowing stones that are pulsing in patterns.
Go ahead and do an Arcana check.
Okay.
And then
19.
Iru, you'll be up next.
I got a 19.
You think it has something to do with the machine on the other side of the room, but you've definitely never seen anything like it before.
Okay. I make the connection between the shells and the machine.
Do you get close to it to
No.
investigate, or just from your side of the room?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm not gonna move at all at the moment.
Okay.
I'm also going to cast Healing Word on Everly. Do I need to use that as bonus action, or since I'm...
Thank you.
It's still like action bonus action movement, so it's up to you if you want to use it as an action or bonus action.
Okay, I'll just use it.
But
That's
still only one spell per turn. So
correct. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Everly then. And you'll get back 5 points of damage. 5.
Thank you.
good old healing damage.
That'll end my turn for now.
Okay. The rug just shifts back into position where it originally was, more or less. And then Iru, it's your turn.
Okay. That guy just hollered out what's going on here, right?
Yeah, and then Everly had said that the rug attacked her.
Okay. Well, Everly, you're good, right? You're out of the rug. You're all healed up. Cool.
Better now. Little
Okay.
shaken, but better.
Good. Okay. All right. So, so in that case, you're just gonna holler back at the guy. And go, I can say the same for you. What's going on here? What are you doing? That's it. I guess he's just gonna kind of antagonize the guy a little bit, and ask, also genuinely curious about what's happening in here. Figured might as well ask the direct question.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? I want to say he has to wait for his turn. But he just calls back out. This is my home. You're intruding in my house.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell me what you're doing.
Renna, you're up unless Ira, you'd like to do anything else. I'm gonna just try and keep it to like one exchange kind of per.
All right, yeah, that's it.
And then Nykin, you'll be on deck.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to like initiate a fight because I'm not sure what's happening either. I think I'm gonna take this chance to use my divine sense actually. So, it can detect within 60 feet, celestial, undead, or a fiend.
I don't think you sense any undead. No. Besides what I think I've sent you before when you cast that, no, but you don't get anything new or different.
Yeah, I figured it was worth a shot. I felt like, yeah, everything was out in the open, but just gotta make sure.
There's only nothing like, nothing immediately evil. Yeah, nothing immediately evil, undead, or a fiend. That was the only.
Yeah, I still don't think I'm gonna like attack or anything. I'm just gonna kind of go back to the group and just kind of shrug.
Okay. So you guys are kind of just hiding in the entryway. Okay.
And then that ends my turn.
Okay. Nykin, you're going to be up, and then Hex, you'll be on deck.
Okay, Nykin's gonna take out his rope out of his bag, and I'm gonna kind of go sneaky by this carpet, and I'm gonna try to wrangle this carpet like a cowboy trying to get a wild horse, and I'm gonna jump on it.
Okay. Yeah, I love this. So I think this will be like a grapple challenge. So go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh my god. I got 14 on it.
Okay. Pretty much what you needed.
Nice.
You get on top of it, and it's like you have this rope and you have this plan to like lasso it, and then as you get on top of it, you feel the carpet kind of like fold up like a slap bracelet. You brace yourself against it, and you're just like widen out as far as you can and hold each corner, and it's just like struggling. It can't really fold up. The tassels are like slapping your hands and ankles, but you're holding it down, and you've got it. You've definitely like grappled the carpet for the moment. It's kind of when the when the cloak of levitation wraps around Thanos's face and is just slapping him all the hell around. It's a little bit like that kind of motion, but you're definitely the one on the ground. It's like it's shimmering a little bit and kind of like shaking around, but you're holding it.
Cool. I want to tame it. I want it to love me.
This is a new one.
Nykin has this vision, and he's singing to himself, "A whole new world." Sorry, you guys had to hear me sing.
That was really good.
Nykin just wants to fly with Nightshade under the moonlight sky, so he's trying to get this carpet.
I'm waiting for Parthenax to pipe up and say, "No more pets."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is not my turn in the initiative yet.
As your Nykin, what's your passive perception? Pretty high, I'm sure.
I have no clue where. Oh, there it is. It's 17.
As you're flopping around on this carpet, trying to hold it down, you notice that there is a little tag, and it says Herald on it.
Okay, so do I think that's the name of the carpet, or is it owned by some? Okay, and it's a tag.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna rip it off.
I'll say
I'm gonna rip it. I'm gonna rip it off. I'm gonna be like, "You're free."
Okay. I think if you take the tag of the carpet, if you like try and let go from your position of like Supermaning on the carpet to get it, you know what I mean? You might lose your grip a little bit. So you can do it, but make another strength check.
Use your teeth.
It's up to you. Oh wait.
I got 16.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to like real quickly, like you slap that edge of the carpet, like stay, and it just all stays, and you reach over, grab the tag, and then hold it back down. And it's just flopping still, all kind of weird.
Okay, so it's not really fighting.
It's still kind of fighting you. It's not. It's fighting you still. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that'll be it.
Okay.
I'll just chill on it.
Okay. Nykin's getting cuddly on the rug that tries to cuddle. Hex, you're kind of rubbing some sleepy dust out of your eye, waking up as you've been kind of just standing guard by the door for the last little bit. And then Parthenax, you'll be on deck. Ami licks.
So as licks me awake a little bit, as I snap out of it and take in the situation, I notice our rogue friend. I really notice him for once. You know, he's out there, and man, he's trying. I feel like if I notice him, a lot of people notice him. So I'm going to take the opportunity to move in between the barbarian and paladin, so a 5 foot. And then I am going to actually hold my action. When combat really begins, I would like to cast Heroism on both of them at level 2.
Could I get a little bit more specific trigger as far as like somebody being attacked or someone attacking?
So I'll kind of make it clear. I'll make myself very known in between their presence, kind of to signify like, hey, hold on, wait, I'm doing something. I'm kind of mumbling. You can see me kind of tinkering, and I kind of nudge both of them, and I'm watching the rogue very carefully as I'm doing this. So as soon as the first real attack comes from anything other than the rug, I'm not too worried about the rug, but as soon as a first real blow is hit, as soon as one of the other things attacks or we attack something else, I'm going to lay my hands on them and cast Heroism at level 2.
Nice. Love it. Hearth and X. Unless Hex, you want anything to do, or Ami has an action too.
I mean, Ami could start this whole thing. So maybe, let's
Good.
see. For now, he's just gonna kind of move up. He's gonna move into the room, but he's kind of standing like next to the wrangling that is happening in the center, and he's just kind of hanging out. He seems unassuming of the danger we might be in.
For some reason, I have an image of him going over and peeing on the rug, but
He might want to, but he's respectful of our rogue, so he's waiting patiently.
for sure. Parthenex, is there anything you'd like to do?
Good boy.
Yeah. Okay, so question for you, DM. What do we need from this person besides exacting my revenge for being inconvenienced?
A way home. To have like a passive Arcana score, just go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Mhm.
9.
It's not close enough.
There's some magiciness in this room.
And so you're saying that I only get to say like one sentence if I want to say something?
One interaction. You'll probably get one sentence from him, but you could say 2 things.
Okay. So I guess I'll just step to the front of the group and say in a loud voice, Vince, is this how you treat old friends? Old friend.
As soon as you say Vince, he moves forward. His turn is also next. But he moves forward and like has a really confused look on his face. I've not heard that name in such a long time. You. And he walks forward a little bit more. Who in blazes are you?
When last we met, I was the apprentice. Now I am the master. I'm going to Misty step sort of above him. My plan is to drop down and crack my quarterstaff on his head.
Okay. I wonder what the grid is like here. I didn't even check. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you'd definitely be able to do that. Go ahead and do an attack roll.
11.
That does not hit. You know what? It does hit, but you notice as you're coming down towards him that his skin is of stone. It is hard as a rock. And as your quarterstaff comes close, it gets kind of glanced by this familiar magic that you know to be shield magic. So you land, and your quarterstaff just punk, kind of glances off. Are you able to move your token? Okay, for sure. So you're just standing there face to face, and you can tell this is the face of your old teacher that you definitely have studied under him before. And him seeing you face to face now, he says back, "I know you. You stole all my shit at the Owl Well. I need my shit back. That's why you're all here. I cursed you a long time ago. If you had any airplane or travel, you would wind up here at my home to get my shit back." You can also tell that there's a crazed look in his eye. There is something off. It has been maybe about like 10 years since you really saw him, maybe a little bit longer, but he's definitely changed. He's lots of mileage in a little bit of time.
Okay, you said I couldn't say anything else to him, so that's my turn.
Well, his turn is next, so like he's interacting with you back. So if you want to say something else, I'll let you before we get back to the top.
No, I'll just sneer menacingly. I don't have anything snarky to say at the moment.
Okay. We're back at the top with Everly.
Okay.
Okay.
Everly's just kind of like
Okay.
still recuperating from being attacked by the rug, and then watching Nykin now trying to like do whatever Nykin's trying to do with it. But I'll just kind of come back into the room a little bit now that I'm not being currently attacked, so that helps me want to enter the room a little. And then I'm interested in that thing in the tank, but I'm more interested in getting home at the moment. So maybe
Also, being a magic-y person, go ahead and do an Arcana check.
Okay. And 19.
You feel like you've read about some of the pieces in this room somewhere. You believe that the necessary components to get you guys home are going to be in this room. That this is probably where he travels from to and fro.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, then, while Parthenax is kind of chatting him up, can I just like walk around and maybe do an investigation so I can find which items we would need?
I try to hit him over the head, just to be clear. We're not chatting.
He didn't attack.
While he has him distracted.
He didn't attack back though, so
Yeah.
that's at least a good sign.
Let's see. So am I thinking it's more like these crystals on the shelves, possibly, or?
Or do you want to go examine the creature?
Oh.
So I'll make it easier for you. So like the three main things in this room that you think might make a difference are going to be the shelves on the right, either something to do with the machine on the left, or all the way across at the other end of the room, this kind of gyroscopic sort of looking thing.
Okay. Um, I'm personally interested in the fish, but I think Everly would do better with the crystals. Maybe she recognizes them from a class she's taken or a book she's read. So I think I'm going to walk over toward the bookshelves and investigate those items.
Okay.
Or should I do a history check or?
I was going to say I'll let you do either another Arcana or history. Actually, no, you already did Arcana. Let's say history or investigation.
Okay. I'm going to go with history.
Okay.
And I got a nat 20 to be a 27.
Oh shit. Okay, so you figure out that this is kind of like a switchboard. That this will kind of determine where you're going to go just by changing crystals in a couple of places.
Oh, you cut out really bad.
Oh, this is.
Sorry, you're cutting out.
Oh shit. Can you hear me? Okay. Am I solid?
Yeah, better now. Yeah.
Okay. So you figure out that this is kind of like a switchboard for teleportation. Like you can change where the destination by moving some of these crystals around, and then activating some machine is going to make it all work. But this is definitely going to help you figure out where you guys need to go.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll just kind of relay that back to Sella probably, and everybody, you know, just kind of come back over toward them a little and tell them like, hey guys, I think this is going to help us get home, but we still need a little bit more.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
Okay. Sella, you're up next, and then Iru, you're going to be on deck.
Okay. Do I notice that the wizard has not yet attacked Parthenak's back?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna approach them. And how far away is that? Can I walk over there in a turn? Just like casually. Did I?
It's about 30-ish feet. I'd give it to you if you wanted to go join that interaction.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna walk up to Parthenak's after he's smacked the guy, and I'm gonna like put an arm in his hand. And, like, maybe we don't have to fight this one. What was it? Steve? What was the wizard's name?
I kind of don't want to correct you. I kind of like that you messed it up. I said Vince.
Vince. Okay. Something with a V. Okay. So I'm gonna go Vince. Okay, so yeah, we stole your stuff. If we give it back, will you just help us get home? We don't want to do anything rash here. It would be great if you could just take your things and we'll leave. We never have to see each other again.
That would be the intention of me bringing you all here. I didn't want to turn you into frogs or chairs.
Thanks. We appreciate that. We definitely don't want to hurt you or mess with any of your really amazing equipment. I have to say, going through this dungeon, I mean, your lovely home, it's fascinating. All of the cool things you have here.
He kind of looks past you a little bit over at Nykin and his rug on the floor and goes,
Yes, I quite like my things, thank you.
Oh, don't mind him. He likes to wrestle things. It's a, we'll refer to it as a character flaw. He'll get off so long as we know it won't hurt him.
Yes, well, there were many things missing. Do you have them all?
We can certainly look. I mean, I'm gonna very showily pull out my bag of holding and like reach in and pull out something obnoxiously large that shouldn't be in there. So he knows it's a bag of holding. And you're like, I'm sure we've got all your stuff in here somewhere. I haven't gotten rid of any of it because I haven't.
what do you actually take out?
Like a book, an obnoxiously large book, Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, I've got it all in here. I've even got like your your spell formulas, like that one for the bureautic spell casting. Fascinating. Never got around to doing it, but you can definitely have it back. We don't want it. And whatever we don't have, I personally have the funds in here and probably pay you back for the materials at the very least.
I choke a little bit when you mention funds.
I'm just gonna, no. No. Pardon him. You know golden dragonborns, they're just like that. So what say you, Vince? Shall we sort through this junk and get you what's yours back and, go home?
Well, yes, I do. I need that ring back that you mentioned. It wasn't just a spell scroll or whatever. Just give me what you have, and we will talk.
Okay. So I'm gonna start sorting through all my things, taking out the belt of teleportation.
Which you don't have.
I do.
No, you don't.
Who has that?
Ignacio.
Oh, well, we found it in the hotel room anyway, so we can't prove it's his.
Yeah, we didn't take that from him.
No, he left it behind. Okay. I don't have a firm list of all the things that we took from him. I know it was a lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna.
You guys did take everything.
Yeah, we did. I just know it's all in the bag of holding. So can we?
I will let you take the next round of initiative to sort through that.
Okay.
He's just gonna stand there, arms crossed, foot tapping, and after a couple seconds, he raises a finger, like this. And Parthenax and Stella, you guys both definitely noticed that there's the two suits of armor in the back were beginning to move, and then they just halted in a new position as soon as he lifts up his finger.
Okay.
Was it his turn?
No, that was his reaction to this.
Okay. Cool. We will continue to go through the things. Oh, is the ring of protection something you took from him?
No.
Found that in the well.
Yes.
Okay. Tamagos. Still have the Tamagos. Yep.
Nykin, go ahead and make another strength check as the rug tries to fight back just a little bit.
Got a 12.
Ooh, that's just what you needed. So you do remain top rug. I was gonna say top dog, but
Yeah.
And then Iru, it is your turn, and Brenna will be on deck.
So what's this heroism spell do?
So with heroism, you are going to, so I'm casting it at level 2. So both you and Rena will get a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting ability modifier at the beginning of each of my turn. When the spell ends, the target loses any remaining hit points or spell. So essentially, as soon as I cast it, you guys, 1, are immune to being frightened, and then 2, you both get 4 extra hit points for the next 10 rounds. And that repeats every round. So if you take a hit and lose them, from my understanding, it comes back at the beginning of each of my rounds.
Gotcha. But all of those, those hit points we gain, do we lose them after combat's over or the rounds end? So if I gained 12 hit points, I'll lose 12 hit points at the end of combat.
No, they're temporary hit points. So that
Yeah, so it's just like a buff on top of your hit points every round. It just kind of bumps it up 4.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Again, that was just what I had planned in the moment. Feel free to do what you want. If you walk away, I'm probably going to be like, oh, but no harm done.
No, I think we're. It looked like we were maybe gonna throw down, but now they've been talking a minute, so I think we're gonna hang here. I'm gonna hold my action.
What would you like your trigger to be?
I think it's gonna be the same thing. If there's another exchange of blows from anybody, and also if I think if Nykin gets snapped up in the rug, if he loses,
Mike in a hand. If
I'm running that.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Brenna, you're up, and then Mike and you'll be on deck.
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna look through everything I have real quick. I don't know. I think I'm kind of in the same boat as Eru. I'll kind of just stand up by Eru at, like ready to go at a moment's notice. Because I was just gonna kind of, let them mediate, negotiate, and I'm not gonna attack right now either.
Okay. Anything you want to go investigate or like assist or anything? No.
I'm interested in the fish tank, but I don't know if I want to walk in there too far and like make somebody mad.
Okay. Nykin, you'll be up, and then Hex, you're on deck.
Okay. So is the carpet still fighting with me?
It is struggling against you. Go ahead and make another strength check. The DC is lowering as you're doing these.
I got an 11.
Oh. That's funny.
I got 12 last time, so.
No, I was like, that's really funny. Yeah. You do remain on top. You feel like it might be submitting or getting a little tired. Is there anything else you want to do besides corral the rug?
Yeah, as I see it kind of like taming a bit, I don't know if it's gonna be whatever, but as I see it taming, I'm gonna kind of go down to where I think his heir is, and be like, we're gonna be best friends, and then I'll end my turn.
Go ahead, persuasion check.
That whisper in the carpet's ear. You hear it about all the time. You hear about it. That's awesome.
Oh man, Nykin's not a carpet muncher. He's a carpet whisperer.
Massive implication.
Nykin tames all things. Just saying.
My sister is a druid.
I could not say that. I had to say that one. How'd the persuasion check go?
The shaking laughter of the camera is pretty damn great.
Oh boy. Did you do a persuasion check?
Oh, I thought you were joking. Okay.
Well, go ahead.
I'm gonna use my luck. I got a 1. Use my luck.
Phase. No.
Okay, it's meant to be, I guess. I got a 1 again.
Well, you know what? Let me roll. Jess, can
What's
you
that?
tell everybody what the number is on that die?
Ha! The carpet rolled a 1.
Wow.
Do you want to know what its
It's meant,
is?
It
It's meant to
likes
be
the
dimensions.
dance.
yeah.
The charisma modifier on a rug, Nick.
-5.
You win that roll.
You definitely win that roll, man.
Wow. The carpet wants to be tamed.
The carpet definitely stopped struggling as much. It
Wow.
kind of like waves around for a minute, kind of awkwardly, and then there's just like some subtle flops, like it's just trying to get comfortable, and then it just lays flat. And you're
The carpet wants a friend.
It's tired of being lost.
It's lonely.
nobody ever lays on it.
That's-
Everybody's always walking on it.
The carpet got a -4 to persuasion. That's the most realistic roll in Dungeons and Dragons I have ever witnessed with my own eyes.
This whole thing is just phenomenal.
Roll a 1 to seduce a carpet, but it still worked.
Just the carpet rolled a 1.
This is amazing. I don't know what to do.
We need to rename this episode Nykin's Magic Carpet.
Oh man, I think so.
Magic Carpet Ride has a totally different connotation right now.
The carpet.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. After this display, Hex, of seeing your roguish companion for the first time do something you've never watched somebody do before, slay a rug in a totally new way.
So I would like to point out, I hardly see this person. Usually he just pops in, stabs a whole bunch of things, and then I never see him again. To watch him as I'm tinkering, just slowly really mellow out this carpet and like give a little whisper to the tassel. You know, I'm confused. I'm 100% mouth gog, just like confused. Happy, confused is the real emotion I think I feel, but I'm snapped out of it. It looks like my cover is kind of blown here. So I'm going to tell both Rena and Iru, one, what heroism does. So I've created these bracelets. I'm going to smack them on your ankles. You will have roughly, and I'll tell them the amount of time. I'll be like, these bracelets I just made, they're going to make you feel great. It's kind of like a big boost of energy. Nothing's going to scare you. So if you want to run in there, if you want to cause some mayhem, these are the bracelets that are going to do so. If you don't want them, let me know. And I'm going to change my hold action to remain if another blow is thrown along with Iru. But I'm also going to change it for if either Iru or Rena decide to move forward past this amazing magical carpet. I'll slap them on, and I picture it kind of like those like weird plastic ones that you just slap on your wrist and they just kind of wrap around. It's pretty much that. It's just like this really weird, like really thin metal that I'm at my height, because they tower over me. I'm just gonna slap them on their ankles as like little ankle bracelets to make this heroism start taking place. But again, holding my action for either another blow to be thrown or for one of them to engage any further than the carpet. Now, as far as Ami, Ami's weirded out too. He wanted to pee on it, but now he feels like carpet is friend in a weird way, so he doesn't want to initially pee on it. And he's going to nonchalantly just begin slowly walking this way to about here. Just totally unassuming, totally as if he has no idea what he's doing.
Okay. Do you have like a psychic
That'll be our
kind of thing?
I don't. I mean, I've traveled with him long enough that I see him. I know exactly kind of what he's doing. But I don't have any type of psychic bond to him.
You notice that when he gets closer to this machine and stuff, that there's like there's a little bit of extra glow kind of coming from the machinery. It's like Ami gets just a little bit brighter in any of his glowing gems or whatever that he might have on him. That there's some sort of interaction.
As a passive motion, I'm gonna do a low whistle and have him stop right there and not let him move any further, and he's just gonna plop. It's like the first time you've seen him act like a robot. He literally just stops and sits.
For sure. Harsanax, you're going to be up, and then we'll be at the top with Everly on deck.
So the wizard is just standing there, and Sella is going through her bag of stuff, correct?
That's basically what's going on, yeah.
Okay. I believe I've got this timeline right. So I kind of don't think that we owe this man anything. I'm not going to say as much. I'm going to turn around to Hex and ask him a question. Hex, do you think we owe the wizard who served my brother, the wizard that torched your islands, that torched all your comrades, slaughtered all your lands, do you think that we owe that man anything? Just want you to chew that over.
For the first time in this interaction, you see Hex grow stone cold. You see his eyes kind of blaze, and you see his like little hands just clench on these cute little things he's just made, and he kind of like broadens out. We don't owe him shit, and he'll scream it at the top of his lungs. Very, very, for a gnome, it bellows. It's like you really hit a chord in him, and that chord has resonated just anger and passion in his voice. And he's deadlocked on your teacher.
It's like waking up the Hulk. We have a Hex.
We have a tiny gnome.
We have a Hex.
We have a
And I'm just, after saying this, I'm just going to put my big old dragon mitt over Sella's hand to kind of stop her from pulling anything out.
Go ahead and make an insight check as you turn back around before you go to stop Sella. The look on Vince's face is just extra confused.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Ooh.
You're pretty sure he has no idea what you're talking about, that his memory might not be as acute as yours. He remembers you guys at the Owl Well. He does not remember teaching you. He does not remember anything about the Parthenax family. You're only familiar to, there's a painting of you in his house. You're only familiar to him because you were at the well and stole his stuff. Also a painting of you as a child, so.
Just because he doesn't remember what he did doesn't forgive him for what he did. He also was raising a horde of zombies, creating a bunch of undead. Like, just because he's old and senile doesn't mean he's a good person or needs to be taken care of or anything like that.
You said he had a crazed look in his face, right?
Mm-hmm.
like someone with dementia.
Or, I don't know. Maybe someone detect magic. See if he's under a spell or something.
That's fair. I can.
With the natural 20 on the insight, Parthenax, you know that there is something super off. He probably did do some fucked up stuff. No lie. He went off with your brother and did some wrongness, but he's also not with him now. Not in communication with him. For sure.
Oh yeah, he murdered a bunch of gnomes, but he doesn't hang out with that guy anymore. So he's no.
He might also have.
Fuck this dude. Wait, what?
He might have defected when he found out what your brother was doing. He might not be a bad guy.
That's not for me to decide. That's for Hex to decide. to be honest.
But Hex,
That's kind of why I told him.
okay, but does
I knew what I was doing when I said that.
I know you were hitting some PTSD buttons, jerk. But if Hex doesn't recognize this guy specifically, there's no way of knowing if you ever attacked the gnomes.
I know.
Do you? Proof.
I'm saying I know what I did.
You know what you did? Oh, I know you know what you did. Okay, whatever. It's not my turn.
Kind
Yeah,
of
that's about all I want to do.
messy situation.
What?
Okay. So you stop Stella, and Vince just gets extra annoyed. He's confused about what you had just said to Hex, and then he turned back. You turn back to him and stop Stella, and the expression goes from confusion just to anger. I need my stuff. Those belong to me. If you have any chance of going home, you'll give me what I deserve. I spent a long time making that stuff, trying to figure out where I came from, what happened to me. I need it back if I have any chance of that. And he takes a couple steps back, and takes out a broken ass looking stick with a rock tied to the end of it. And he goes, teacup! And he points it at you, Parthenax. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Nine.
You turn into a little French press and a coffee mug.
What is gold?
Boop. Down on the ground there. And he goes, let's not be as listening to any of the rest of you. Now that coffee mug, when it pours into that teacup, will make diet soda.
Can Nykin kind of react to this?
You weren't holding a reaction. Everybody else was. I was gonna, or well, not everybody else, but Hex and Iru Run, I think you guys had held actions. If you would consider this an attack, Parthenax has not lost any HP, but
It's going to be a vocal reaction.
Hex is all intense, mad now. Parthenax was just shouting. Then the wizard guy starts shouting, and now Parthenax is the teacup. I think Iru's gonna rage.
okay. I will let you begin your next action already or your next turn already raging. Hex, is there anything you would like to do?
Hex is confused. He got hit with a lot of emotion. He's staring this guy down very intently. He did just turn Parthenax into a teacup, which I don't think Hex fancies that much. So he's going to kind of lift up broad-shouldered, and he's going to slap the bracelets onto the two of them. Now you guys have 10 rounds starting now, and I will hold concentration. Hex is really taken aback. He's trying to take it all in. He's wondering if Parthenax just hit the chord in him that is automatically, it's like the don't press button that he just poked. So he's allowing this to happen, but he's going to take his turn to kind of reflect and really gauge Vince's actions. Now, do I recognize Vince?
You do not. He is not familiar to you at all. From the distance you're at, it's hard to tell exactly, but definitely the voice does not ring any bells.
I'm still slapping on the bracelets. I'm going to take a 5 foot.
It was just your held action.
Okay, yep, just slapping the bracelets then.
Okay, cool. Okay, so
rolled really poorly on anything else's initiative. So these guys are just gonna kind of move forward menacingly, and just kind of stand guard. We'll be back at the top with Everly.
Okay, so I want to read his thoughts. So I'm gonna use my crown, my tiara of telepathy, and just kind of get a vibe because I'm super confused. You know, Parthenax is saying he was his teacher, he knows him, that he's denying it, or does so I just kind of want to see if I can probe his thoughts and get a better idea, and see maybe if he is under some sort of spell or if his mind is like I just want to see what I can find out by reading his thoughts. So just casting it, I can get just like the surface level. He doesn't have to do like a save or anything for that, for just the surface level thoughts.
You attempt, you try to probe into his mind, and you just get nothing. It is just static emptiness. You kind of like scan around, you kind of peek into Sella's brain and then into Parthenax's, and kind of go around, and you can't get anything from him. Go ahead and do an Arcana, just straight intelligence.
Okay.
Nice.
23.
You're pretty sure that he is under the influence of a spell, but not like you were thinking. You have heard of a mind blank spell that will prevent your thoughts from being read psychically, and he could have cast this on himself previously.
Okay. Can I do like dispel magic on that?
He also has a shield. Sorry, just throwing that out there.
You would know have a shield as well.
And if you read my thoughts at all, you'll know that he can also cast deflect. He can also cast deflect magic.
No, there's just
polymorph,
stone skin, shield skin.
Okay. Well, polymorph, yeah, apparently.
You would know standing in front of him that he has stone skin cast because of the way that his stone is all rocky and stuff.
Can I do dispel magic on Parthenax? Turning back into Parthenax?
Yeah. Does dispel magic call for a roll?
No, it just says control.
Click in
What does that do?
I think
It just says choose one creature, magical effect within range. Any for each spell the 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spell casting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
That's what level.
What does that say?
That's just what I was looking at.
Dispel magic.
Okay, you said a 4th level or higher you have to roll?
Yeah, but I'm casting it at a 3rd level, actually. So,
okay.
So any spell 3rd level.
Okay.
But if his spell was 4th level or higher.
Which polymorph is a 4th level spell.
Oh, okay.
So they have to make
So the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
13.
Beat 14.
So 13.
No, you have to beat 14 because he has a.
Okay.
Because polymorph is 4th level. Yeah.
Okay. So do I roll that or does he?
I think you would roll it like an attack roll kind of thing, but I can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you roll it. That makes more sense. Because I feel like otherwise I'm rolling.
Okay.
Because you have to beat 14. Yep, okay. So like your spellcasting ability is probably going to be a +4 or 5. So you would roll and then add your spellcasting modifier. And if it beats 14, then you're going to dispel it.
What would I roll? There's not like would I roll a D10, a D? I don't know what to roll.
It'd be a D20, and then you add your spell casting modifier.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure is a +4, but it might be more.
You should probably +4, +5.
Yeah, especially at this level. Yeah, you have +4. So D20 +4. Oh, what'd you get?
A 5.
Are you kidding?
I wrote a crit 1. Yeah.
Oh man. So no, you burn a dispel magic and nothing happens.
Oh. Sorry, Parthenax.
Sella, unless Everly, there's anything else you want to do, go move anywhere.
Nah, that's good.
Okay, Sella, you're up.
I'm gonna try talking to Vince again. Okay, hold up. You don't remember anything. Hex, do you recognize this guy?
I can't really see him. Can I make a roll? Would I recognize him if I rolled for it? At where I'm at, I mean,
I'm trying to decide. You make perception. Go ahead and do a perception check.
Okay. That was a nat 1. Yep, that's the bastard.
Is tonight? What is up with the ones tonight? Oh my.
Yep, that's him. Hate that guy. Hex is pretty fired up. It's like he's seeing red.
Yeah, basically Hexa, you can't really tell. I mean, he has some association with the evil Parthenax, and that's really all you need right now.
Hex is, you can tell he's visibly fuming. It's like he needs a Snickers.
He's in battle numb mode. We know this mode. Okay, well, it looks like negotiations have broken down. So I'm just gonna tell him straight up, Vince, if you don't let us go, you're not gonna survive this encounter.
Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
It's above investigation.
Okay, thank you. $14.
Okay. Rolled an 18. Vince standing next to his armor constructs is standing pretty strong. His wand just slowly turns over and starts pointing at you.
I'm not trying to threaten you. I don't want this to end badly for any of us.
I bet you don't.
Well, no, I really don't. really don't. I roll persuasion instead.
If that's the last thing you do this turn, yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you one more check.
Okay, to persuade Vince, I really don't want any of us to die.
Is that the unicorn?
13.
That's a 5.
I roll another 14.
Roll another 14?
Yes.
That's exactly what he rolled. Okay. He stands strong. You're not sure you're really getting through to him.
Okay.
Eru, you'll be up, and then Rena, you're on deck.
So much for diplomacy.
Oh, really good try.
Donning his new ankle bracelet, Eru feels powerful and very angry. So I think he's just gonna bolt it for Stone Skin dude. And he's getting an axe. That's what's happening.
Give him the axe. Okay. Parthenax and Stella, Sella, you're standing there with Parthicup next to you, and Eru just comes storming by.
Just hollering.
The spit flying. Rah!
All right. Go ahead and make
That's a 28 to hit.
Ooh, first one definitely hits. Oh, geez, I've had the wrong music playing.
That's an 11 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 24 to hit.
Jesus.
Uh, 17 for damage.
Okay. Okay.
And then the final rage attack is a 21 to hit.
Yep, they all hit. Damn.
And 12 for damage.
Okay. Um. So as your hits cleave into him, you do notice that as hard as you're hitting and as much damage as you're doing, it's just kind of getting deflected off a little bit. The stone skin is helping resist that physical damage.
Make it more of a blunt damage rather than a hack and slash.
Pretty much. Rena, you're up, and then Nykin, you'll be on deck.
All right. I'm also feeling amped up from this new ankle bracelet. So I'm gonna take out one of my javelins, kind of, do a color guard twirl with it, and then huck it.
Okay. Going for the wizard?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
14.
14 misses. It does come very, very near, but then the magical shield glances it off and just kind of bounces it away.
All right. I'm gonna try. I got one more javelin. I'm gonna throw it at the wizard. Yep.
Okay. The wizard lizard.
I got an 18.
Okay, that one will definitely do it.
I got an 8 for javelin damage.
Okay. All right, yeah, it hits him in the shoulder and just kind of cries out, "Ah, what the hell?" Nykin, you're up unless Rena, you want to move or do anything else.
Nah, that'll end my turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move you up just kind of near Hex, so you're kind of at the edge of the stairs there, though. So just a little. Yeah, Nykin, your turn, and then Hex, you're on deck.
I guess Nykin's not gonna fight. Do I need to do another strength check or?
The carpet is calm. You are good. It is kind of just chilling beneath you now. You have a tag that says Harold.
Yeah. Can I see if it responds? And I'll ask the carpet up, like to lift me up in the air to fly. Does it do it?
Make a wisdom check real quick.
I got a 17.
So you say up, and the carpet doesn't do anything. You say up a couple more times, and it kind of jitters a little bit, like it tries, And then you realize that it's probably not a flying carpet. It's not meant to fly on. It just smothers stuff. It's a rug of smothering.
Oh,
So you
that's that.
up one more time, and it rolls you up, but nice and comfy. It is warm and soft. It is just keeping you nice and protected for the moment. It's like this
Okay.
is what it can do.
I'll yeah. I'll kind of hug it a little bit, and then I'll bring it down, and I'll take my bow and shoot the mage, the wizard.
Okay, cool. Unwrap yourself and stand up. It's yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Apple.
Okay, on the attack, I got 23. Guessing it hits.
Yeah, it does. Good job, Kat. Thanks.
Oh, that but I got 5 on damage with my bow.
Okay. It doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot. Definitely hits and kind of just glances off. Anything else?
Okay, I'll end my turn.
Oh, for sure. Heck,
Have it.
Parthenax should be on deck.
I watched Rena huck those javelins, and the first one misses by a little bit, and I see her hit the second one. Hex is gonna kind of kneel down to her bracelet, and you see him kind of like tinker with it just a little bit. Essentially, I'm giving you guidance. So what guidance does, you touch one willing creature. Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of your choice. You can roll the die before or after making the ability check. So essentially, if you try it again and miss, you can roll a d4 as an additional. You can add it with it if something unexpected comes to you. You have an extra d4 that you're rolling on any ability check. So that's going to be my action. And I am going to take my movement over to Ami and kind of stand next to him, staring down this clad armor suit.
Okay.
And then as far as Ami, you said he's kind of glowing as he's getting near this contraption.
Yeah, it does not look like he's like in danger or being harmed or anything like that, but it's just he's interacting with some of the equipment a little.
Okay. I'm just gonna slowly put my hand on his back and really try to goat this this clad armor. So Ami's just gonna bark viciously, maniacally at this this clad armor, and I think that'll be our turn.
Okay. Parthenax, go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
Eight.
8? As in
8.
8? Oh man.
Wisdom, not wisdom.
So I am a cup. It is also my bedtime, so
I
I
was
guess I can just continue to be a cup.
Thank you all for joining us. We will catch you next week for a shortened game to finish up this little bit of battle. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.